These are the VRS Direct Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All three pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit IRacing.com.
If you're looking to get serious in sim racing, one of the first things to do is upgrade your wheelbase and pedals. The powerful force feedback in our direct drive wheelbase makes a huge difference, and our highly adjustable precision pedals will give you the consistency you need to improve. So you'll not only get the best value for your money, but you'll also benefit from our quick, local shipping from Australia and save even more. Our transparent pricing has GST included, so there's no nasty surprises at checkout or further customs delays and charges. And if you're near Melbourne, you can simply pick up your hardware from our showroom and get a free product walkthrough from one of our VRS coaches. We offer excellent customer service after the sale, and our hardware is made of the highest quality components. To get yours today, just go to the URL on the screen or click on the button below. But hurry, stock is always limited due to high demand. So if you want to get faster, sooner, VRS is your answer.
Control, feel the thunder in my soul. Through the danger, through the pain, only one thing to do to get to victory lane. Taking risks, full send, and in the end victory lane. I hear the echoes of the past, the roaring ghosts that never last. But here I stand, the finish line, one last race, one last time. Through it all, get past the pain, cutting laps, making gains, feeling tired, get to my aim. The desire to get to victory lane, speeding faster, no control. Feel the thunder in my soul. Through the danger, through the pain, only one thing to do to get to victory lane. Taking risks, full send, and in the end, be the best. It's taken over, cannot contain the desire to get to victory lane.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into Infinity Broadcasting, and welcome to the IRWC presents the VRS Virtual Racing School Porsche Cup Series here this evening as we get ready to go racing once again this season. It's round 6 of season 3 as we head out to Oulton Park for the first time in the Porsche Cup Series. Hamish Munro here with you, alongside me once again, the great Brenton O'Brien. Brenton, we come into tonight. We're at the official. Tonight is officially the halfway point of the season. It is the middle round of our 11-round season this season, and it's going to be a race that'll test these drivers. It's your favourite layout of this circuit, the one of which has no chicanes on it. It's high speed, high intensity, but should lead to fantastic racing across our sprint round this evening.
Anything but great, but thank you for the warm introduction. And yes, I think this is going to be one of the I think it's going to be one of the great nights of the series, because it's a track where you can make so many passes. It's a track that your strategy can work very well for you or against you, and it's a track where if you make a mistake, you can pay a heavy price here. So it's quick, it's fast flowing, it's undulating, and like you said, this is the perfect format for what we've got ahead of us tonight. I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Well, you said make a small mistake and it can end poorly for you. With this being the high-speed variant of the international circuit, with it being such a high-speed course now, without those chicanes, it puts a lot more precipice on those small mistakes and actually how deadly they can be to your race, possibly even to your championship if you're, already on a struggle zone of drop rounds at this point of the season. This here could be a swing of momentum race, though. This is an event in which we may look at it in retrospective and say this is where the championship's charge truly began for somebody, and it's a race in which I think will offer us up just a nice little bit of difference in comparison to the first half of the season. Obviously, we've been very North American heavy on our tracks in the first half of the season. We now get into our European leg of the season before we end it all out in the final 2 rounds in the second last weekend of November. But I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited for the rest of the season as well. If everybody has missed the first half of the season, well, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, wherever you've been, it's been a fantastic start to the season. That's not the one we want right there. Where is it? Here it is here. So, of course, I said North American heavy. It was Laguna Seca, Homestead, Chicago, Road America, Montreal was the first half. This European portion, starting tonight at Oulton Park, it's going to give us a good set of tracks after tonight. 3 heavy Grand Prix circuits, Zandvoort, Algarve and Imola. Going to be great tests for these cars. And then, of course, Bathurst for the Pro Series weekend, and then Bellard at the end of the season. I'm excited for what's to come, Brenton. It's going to be a fantastic end to this season and a fantastic second half as well. And with Bathurst still being a droppable round and the fact that there'll be wild cards involved as well, that could be a real spanner in the works race for us going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And we found last week at Montreal how quick things can go well and how quick things can go absolute south. And right from race 1, turn 1 last week with Ben Pedersen and Sam Muir getting stuck into each other, and Ben got a penalty during that race, but it really put him on the back foot the entire night. Sam was able to really drive sensationally and come through the field and drive with really good racecraft and made significant gains with the championship last week. But there was some big efforts last week as qualifying just starts now. So 15-minute qualifying session. The track's 20.6 degrees. It's clear, sunny, 18.7 degrees. A lot warmer than where I was today. I feel fine. Jeez, it's cold. But yeah, so it was freezing. That was ridiculous. But yeah, so this is where, like, we're now in the second half of the season, and this is where you'll find that the teams within the teams, they've got their little pecking order, and they'll know now who to help out. So you look at the team, the Riot team, look at 9-5. Yeah, they're going to be cards all in for Sam Muir and for Ben Pedersen. It's just a matter of how they go about doing it.
Well, if we have a look here at the track map, this will show us the regular layout that would normally be used here for the international circuit, which would include the 7, 8 and 9 chicane. We've cut them out tonight though to go racing, so it'll all start on the main straight up towards Old Hall Corner at turn 1. This is an early spot where drivers can make mistakes and where contact can happen as well throughout the lap. If they can make it through there, they then come up through the little bend at Dentons for turn 2, then the Cascades at 3. Another fast-paced corner where drivers can run it wide. We then run down towards Island Bend at turn 4. Similar scenario to turn 3. It's fast-paced. Drivers can catch the grass, end up wide. Have got to be careful on the tyre barrier on the inside of turn 5 because that will cause heavy damage to these cars. It's heavy braking zone into Shell Oil's corner at 5. The run around turn 6 and then down towards turn 7, which streamlines straight past the chicane, or previous and normal chicane of 7, 8 and 9 for the Knickerbrook. We then run it up towards turn 9 at Clay Hill, round turn 10 and 11, and then up towards the final few corners at 12 and 13 for Lodge Corner and Deer Leap as well. It's a tough pit lane entry and exit tonight. It's going to be a fast-paced night of racing as well. This circuit is going to be spectacular though for Porsche Cup Racing. It was originally opened back in 1953. It's it's a little bit under 4.3 Ks because of the different layout. 13 turns, not 14, as it says here for the other layout. And it's going to be exciting. It's hosted events such as Download Festival and other music festivals alike as well. And now tonight it gets to host one of our championship rounds for the VRS Porsche Cup Series. It's going to be exciting times. As you mentioned, Brenton, qualifying is underway at the moment. First lap times will be coming in shortly. Russell Papperell will be hoping to get a time on the board as well. We'll run through the championship standings before race 1. Kurt Chapman is currently out there as well. But I think the real battle is between this guy right here, Sam Muir and Ben Pedersen tonight. Where does Ben Pedersen hold up? He has got a 30-point penalty next to his name. That's really dropped him down the points compared to Sam. Realistically, he's got to try and close the extra point gap that he's got to Sam over that 30, which is, of course, the 25 points up to 865. So he's got to try and beat Sam tonight by 25 points, put a bit more pressure back onto him and ease the pressure that's currently on himself as first times occurring in. And Jared McLeod has currently gone to the top of the timesheets with a 126.68. As Stacey Boyd, who's found good pace in this car ever since his win last week, a 126.53 onto the board as well. I was watching him in practice. He looked comfortable, Brenton. He could be a driver to watch tonight, maybe to sneak a podium, possibly if all hell breaks loose, sneak a race win.
Yeah, I think we'll find the timers might get into the very high 25s, very low 26s. Yeah, well, Stacey Boyd did have that win last week, and I tell you what, there's no greater motivation to keep going hard and pressing hard and doing the laps and doing the grind than getting the reward that you so well deserve, and that was with the race win. And he did it on merit last week. Had a decent qualifying position, obviously, but didn't get headed. Like he drove so very well throughout the race. Had some pressure, no doubt at all, but just did a sensational job, and it was so good to see and so refreshing.
Oh my God! That was a really bad place.
What happened there?
That was a really bad place for Jared McLeod to be going slow. He was right on the apex of the corner.
Yeah, there's got to be a penalty there. You can't be doing that's Moto 3 stuff right there.
We may even have to go back a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so he's slowing up. He's
Yeah,
slowing up to let
good.
the traffic pass, but then he should have gone through the actual chicane. Because
He has left these cars nowhere to go. Like so what is Stacey supposed to do there? That's ordinary. That's really ordinary. And we're talking about last week's race winner. We're talking about how well he's done, and no doubt he's done the miles this week. And to be fair to Stacey, he might have even been on an in-lap because he did just put in a good time of 26.526. He might have been coming in, but you can't be doing that. And like I said, I'm not sure if anyone had the ability to see the horrific accident in Moto 3 yesterday, Sepang in Malaysia, but gee whiz, that kind of reminded me of it. That was ordinary.
Well, Ben Pedersen has just gone straight to the top with a 126.11.
Yeah.
Gordon Marshall, a tenth of a second behind him here. We watch with Sam Muir, who's on an outlap at the moment, so we'll follow him around for his next attempt as he'll look to get a fast one. And he's currently outside of the top 10, but we know he's got pace to be up the front. Does the defending champion of 9.5 Sim Sports.
As much as it was the home track, or close enough to a home track last week for Stacey Boyd, not tonight. It's very close to a home track for Gordon Marshall. So, expect some very good things from Gordon. And P2 at the moment, 26.209. It's just the 9/100ths behind Ben Pedersen. We were talking about the championship before and the implications of last week, and the good job that Sam Muir did. We're talking also about the 30 penalty points that Ben Pedersen has. The difference between the penalty points in difference to just having an absolute mare of a night, you can't drop those penalty points. So Sam Muir might have a shocking night tonight, but hopefully he doesn't, but hypothetically he have a shocking night tonight, but he can drop tonight. Ben Pedersen cannot drop that -30, so he's going to have to work extra hard, not just to get the championship lead, and I'm sure you'll show the points soon, but to also find a way of getting over the top of that 30 points that he's lost.
Well, we will show them prior to race one. If we run at a time prior to race one, we'll show them in between the races.
Yep. What is going on tonight? So Dean Reddit's just had an off. Yeah, so there looks like a bit of a show at the pit exit there. There was a few cars, building up on the pit exit, and I'm not sure if he's lost it. Well, I think he's lost it on his own, but is it because of what's in front of him? No,
he just lost it on his own, and they're all waiting to be patient.
Yeah.
As the fast cars came
past.
Yeah,
they're trying to get around each other as well. So
yeah.
That's the thing with this track, though. We were talking about before that you can't, it doesn't hold high regard for mistakes. You know what I mean? If you make a mistake, you're out in the boondocks, and we've seen that already. A lot of it driver error, but it's a quick track, and whilst there is large amounts of runoff, most of it's grass, so you're not going to stop in a hurry, and so you're going to end up some grief.
Well, right now, Ben Pedersen has remained at the top, but he's gone faster at 25.7. Yeah. Muir now into the 25s with a 0.9. Marshall just on the edge as well. Luke Page, who's on debut tonight, has gone up amongst the gold class as well. He was initially put in silver because I felt it was the fairest place to put him. Based on that time alone, I think Luke might be going into the gold class right now.
Well, yes, I've got him listed as silver minus 26.146.
Yep.
Yeah, well, okay, but he's almost 4/10 off of the pole position, so it's quite spread out. Pedersen, then the rest at the moment. So Pedersen with 25.7 in difference to Muir's 25.9. So there's a fairly decent gap there, and then another 10th and a half back to Gordon Marshall in 3 before we go to Luke Page, who's just improved again to go P4. And he's not actually done, how many laps has he done? He's about to end his 4th lap now. There he goes, now. So Luke's certainly doing a good job. Rodney Gollan is also doing a good job. P8 for Rodney. That's something that we haven't seen from Rodney.
No, we haven't. And, I suppose pure pace can only take you so far. It's going to take some race acumen as well, as John Akers has also gone off the track on the back end of the circuit, so he now has to reset and get himself prepped up once again. Currently,
so P10 for John at the moment. So at the start of the season, he started off in bronze. He's now worked his way up to silver. He's now in the top 10. And whilst yes, he made that mistake there, I think he had a pretty good season so far. I
think he has too. Yeah, that was. Yeah, there's more and more of them having off tracks at this point as well. Damien Cairns off the road too, and this will be the struggle tonight. And what I think one struggle we'll see as well, Brenton, is in race 2 the tyre wear as well. Obviously, it's a high-speed circuit. Tyres are going to wear by very quickly as well.
They do.
If we have a quick look at the weather, it's a 21-degree track temp actually, so it's prime conditions for being gripped up, but they will lose tyre wear quite significantly, and the more cars that go off, the more of that dreaded sand is going to be dragged back onto the track as well. So watch for turn 5, turn 12 and turn 1 for the main sections where gravel can be dragged back onto the circuit. They're sections that will hurt other drivers, as Muir's gone to the top, 125.65 on that last lap. So Pedersen has now got some work to do.
Yeah, so Pedersen responded with a 25.7. So it's just pretty much just the 10th as is behind. But this is a really, really good qualifying session here. These guys, they know the importance of tonight. They know that we are into the second half of the season. We also know that the lead can expand so quickly on any mistake. So these guys need to stick with each other and need to race it out, duke it out, as we say, and let's see who comes out on top.
Riding on board with Ben Pedersen around the last few corners here at Oulton Park. He's got a 125.771 on the board. That was a 29.2, so this will be the go lap now for the Riot Sim Racing driver.
Yeah, so you can take that corner really wide there. It's inviting, and just in here, you can take a very narrow entry there, like early turn in, get on the power early. A little bit of room out here. You can see he's used all that probably out. He's probably used too much there, because you can carry some momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a 1X. I think he is backing out of it now. Yes, he is.
Yeah. So he'll reset and have another attempt in a moment's notice.
Well, hasn't got time to go back and pit and then come back out.
No, he's going to have to complete. He's going to have to complete this lap and then go again, I would say.
So cool the tyres down, and because whilst there are opportunities to pass, there absolutely is. But I would expect, especially into say turn 5, there's going to be a bit of a mess. Turn 3, there's going to be a bit of a mess, and also on exit of turn 11, cars get onto the power too quick. It's quite undulating. They lose the rears, and it can be a bit messy there.
Fred Oakes out in the chat with us as well. Go Jamie Fleming. Good luck. Take home a victory, and I'll let you sign my forehead in quote screens.
Wow.
I'm your #1 fan. Well, I'm glad that Jamie is
P21.
Yeah.
P21 for Jamie at the moment. Some work to do.
I'd see if Jamie can get into the top 20. Lives in central Queensland, from the snapshot of the weather that he sent us this evening.
Oh, whereabouts in central Queensland, do we know?
Central sort of eastern Queensland from what I saw based on the weather map that he sent. I would say near Capella. So,
mining country, coal mine country up that way.
Not too far away from, probably a good couple of hours away from Rockhampton, towards the central part of Queensland.
I got married in Rockhampton.
Oh, well, there we go.
I'll accept all amounts of sympathy for that one.
He's actually just gone off the track, and that'll be his qualifying done and dusted. So it will be. He ended up P12, so that was actually good qualifying for him. So well done to Jamie. Up into P12. He must have known that Fred was watching. As Ben just continues along around now. So this is his final attempt here in qualifying for Ben Pedersen. What sort of lap time can he put on the board around the wonderful Oulton Park?
Don't forget he burnt a fair bit of his tyres from the first 4 corners from his last lap. So the tyres won't be at their absolute premium, and that was a very good exit there, has to be said.
Well,
good little technical part of the track here.
He's on no greens at the moment, Brenton. So he's not on an improvement. It's going to take a fast and furious final sector for him to get this job done. But at the moment, it's not looking like a pole time for Pedersen.
He will get another lap in, though. He
won't. He's only got a minute left. No, he'll get cut off because it's 2 races tonight. He'll get cut off once the 15 minutes is up.
Yep.
So that's it. That's his qualifying done. He did a 25.79. He was 2/10 of a second slower than his previous best, but he needed to find a 1/10.5 to get past Sam Muir. So it's not good enough for him. Stefan Lawrence, he's finished his qualifying as well. He's not going to go any better. Can Stacey Boyd, he's about 20 seconds away from the end of the session. I think that's his qualifying done as well. So is there anyone who's close enough who could actually challenge? Not Angus Lawford.
Kurt Chapman goes across the line now.
No, he's into pit lane.
Going in the pits.
So that'll be it. And it looks like it's going to go unchallenged.
Logan Howard's not going to make it. Nope, that's it.
That's it. It
good
is
qualifying
done.
session.
Yep, it was a good quali. It's really, really good to see from those drivers. So as we get ready to grid up for the race start here tonight for race 1, let's have a quick look at our championship standings as we lead into it. So Sam Muir leads the way on 865 points. Ben Pedersen in P2 on 810. Benefield not too far behind on 747. Lawrence on 730 and Dawson inside of the top 5. Marshall, Brady, Stanley, Mazzomo, Lawford and Howard make up an all-gold class top 10 at the moment. I forgot to change the position numbers. That's my fault. Ellie Gardner's leading the silver class ahead of Dean Reddit and Rodney Gollan. Kurt Chapman's leading the bronze class at the moment to Tim Nicol and Paul Wilson for those top 3. So there are some good fights on our hands tonight, not only for class honours, but for race honours as well. As our starting grid's up on the screen now for you. Sam Muir will start pole position here this evening ahead of Ben Pedersen on the front row of the grid. Stefan Lawrence, Gordon Marshall in behind them with Luke Page on debut tonight starting at a P5 alongside Alan Dawson. Russell Papperell and Stacey Boyd for our top 8. Ahead of Rodney Gollan and Kurt Chapman for the top 10. We then look in behind to Angus Lawford and John Akers for the top 12 this evening with Jamie Fleming, Jared McLeod, Daniel Benefield making up the top 15. Craig Schultz will finalise the 8th row of the grid ahead of Dean Reddit and Logan Howard with Harry Dodds and Damien Cairns making up the top 20. Wiley Blair, Paul Wilson, Alex Schuler and Simon Mazzomo not getting a good enough qualifying time in. The previous champion of Season 1 will start from P24 on the road ahead of Barry Punter, Gary Watson and Tim Nicol. Our race controls this evening, the CRS Greg Favell, race steward Leith McClement and our safety car driver Lucas Burt as always. It's going to be a fun and enticing race 1 this evening. Race 2, remembering, will be a inverted top 10 based on the results of this race. So whoever finishes out of 10th will start pole for race 2.
Yeah, I see we've got the iRacing Porsche safety car leading the pack, so we're obviously having a rolling start tonight. We've got the same 2 on the front row this week as we did last week, and we saw the dramas that happened last week. So hopefully...
I just realised we've got a rolling start, not a standing start. We're used to the standing start here. Oh well, that's a mistake in the settings.
Variation.
A little bit of variation for us.
Variation.
Spices it up. It might actually help with the chaos that is turn 1, Brenton, to be fair, so it might not actually be such a bad thing.
Yeah, alternatively, they actually go into turn 1 a lot faster now, so they could go worse.
They can.
But I would think, yes.
They can warm the tyres up though, which is good. So we'll see.
How I'm all for it, and let's see how we go. And we've had some pretty messy starts in the recent past, so if this is a way of cleaning that up and getting cleaner racing, then I'm all for it.
I am as well.
Especially around here, so it's just almost 10 past 12 in the sim time, but the track temperature hasn't moved from when we first started, so it's still 20.6 degrees track temp, so it's just quite cold. Once the tyres are up to temp, they'll certainly be fairly grippy, no doubt at all. It's go fast weather. But let's see if the guys make the most of this and do start, warming their tyres up.
Well, the start procedure will get us underway. We are out on the back end of the circuit, so it'll be a half lap rolling start behind the iRacing Porsche safety car here this evening. Muir and Pedersen on that front row should give us a good battle to the very end.
Yeah, well, it's not a long safety car period here. I know that turn 12 is a bit of a Mickey Mouse, just it's more farther straight, but that safety car will be pulling away very soon. So for our pole man, he's going to have to start dropping back already, I would think, and there's not going to be much of an opportunity to warm the tyres because the race is about to start.
Yep, it's going to be getting to start line procedure in only a moment's notice. Lap 1 about to come your way. 20-minute heat for the first race of the evening. Our 40-minute feature will not be too far behind as we head round to the start-finish line, and around the final corner we come. The safety car comes into pit lane, and it's green flag at Oulton Park. It's a solid start. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Ride Boys, I thought the Ride Boys were going to start messing each other up a little bit. Pedersen very aggressive around the shades of Mexico this morning.
Oh, Pedersen! Pedersen has lost it right on the grass, and off the road he goes. Where is he? There he is there.
Dead last.
Yep,
Absolutely
dead last. So work to be done once again for Ben Pedersen. Oh, and around goes in the background John Akers as well from the silver class. He goes up onto the top of the jump. Doesn't want to continue up there, though. He might have done.
I reckon he's had some helps there. So
let's watch turn 5. Off the road goes Daniel Benefield. Big lock up there. So there's multiple. This is one of our hot spots tonight. Multiple brake lock ups. There's off the road as well as Harry Dodds. So that's a tough start to his race this evening as he gets himself back underway.
Good job last week.
Yeah.
Well, I was just about to say into turn 1, like you had the 2 riot cars. You had Stefan and Ben. I thought this is a really good opportunity. If they work together, they can put pressure on Sam Muir straight away. And just like Ferrari did this morning, they found a new way of messing themselves up. So Muir's in the clear. He's got Stefan Lawrence, who now all the pressure's on him to try and keep up continued pressure on Sam Muir. And Sam's going to be very controlled here. He's going to do I believe he's going to do a very good job. Once this car's out, once Sam's out in front, he's a good leader of races. I've spoken about this before. Some people lead races really well, some struggle. And this is a guy who leads races very, very well.
Let's have a quick look at what happened across lap 1. There was a big moment here at turn 1 for Ben Pedersen as he went off the road. Just ran it a bit wide. Yeah, unnecessary. Marshall and Dawson followed him along. And so did Craig Schultz as well.
So you find with Ben, like he's got onto the grass wide on exit 1, but he's absolutely stayed on it. Then as soon as the car, half of the car, has ended up back on the surface, that half of the car's ripped up and then away he goes. So, and then you look at John Akers there. Did he have some help?
I think he might have done.
I reckon he did. Interesting to see.
Oh, I don't know actually. He might not have.
Yeah, that's an unusual one. Car 981, Harry Dodds has obviously got a significant problem at the moment. And where is Harry at? I think he's requested a tow. It be a safety car.
So we'll try
981.
Yeah, we'll try and pick that up again. This was his first moment. Oh, it was contact with Fleming.
Bang.
Yeah.
The conveyor belt with the tyre boats quite hard behind, and now he's got an issue. Is that an engine problem for him?
So he had a slight spin, I think, at turn 1. It's already gone at that point.
Safety car's being called. Yeah, safety car's being called.
So this is a very, very odd moment for Dodds. So he's come through turn 1. And he's caught the grass, put the foot into it. Fleming's collected him, which Fleming had nowhere to go. Oh, the rear.
There's significant damage there on the back. Let's see. Yeah, the rear's rotating, but is he not able to... Is he not able to get around? Crabbing, not too bad. Yeah, obviously can't get the car back. I'm sure if he would have, he could have. I'm sure he could have, he would have. But yeah, safety car's out, and with 16 minutes to go, that's going to really bunch the field up, obviously. And this is the type of thing that doesn't help Ben Pedersen. He's up position 20, was P last. He doesn't want a safety car. He does not want a safety car because he was starting to pick cars off one by one. So, you know, when we're already down to the last 15 and a half minutes, he needs as much racing time as possible, and to lose, you know, maybe 2 to 4 minutes of being behind a safety car, whilst yes, there might be instance in front of him. I don't think this is what he wants.
No, it wouldn't be. He'd want a full green run to the end. There he is. He's tucked up behind Barry Punter. The best hope now for Ben would be P10 on the road. It at least would get him pole position for race 2, which is worth more points here tonight. So that's what he'll be hoping for.
But it's in between that, though, he's got Simon Mazzomo. So there's a 9.5 car right there, 3 cars up. So we can't see Mez doing him any favours. And for every lap that he's being held up here, and we're probably down, going to be, by the time the safety car comes in, probably going to be down to the last 6, maybe 7 laps. Yeah, and we're just assuming that Pedersen's going to start passing cars. The thing is, and we said this last week, is that the car in front of him is a teammate. It's a riot car. The car in front of him is a teammate. It's a riot car. So I can't see there being too many difficulties with Pedersen passing Hunter and Wilson, but then all of a sudden he's on the back of Mazzomo.
Well, he's also got Blair, Reddit, who are some of his other teammates too, but again, Mazzomo's not going to make it easy for him. Schultz won't make it easy for him if he gets up towards the top 10.
And, yeah, hands won't either.
No.
But so there's some work to do. But and meanwhile, Gordon Marshall done a really good job tonight, and he's been solid throughout. He was good in practice, good in qualifying. He's up to P3. Alan Dawson, we saw him make a couple of mistakes in qualifying. Kurt Chapman has been very, very under the radar. I think very under the radar, and he's doing a solid job, P5. And then we saw last week's race winner, Stacey Boyd, up to P7.
So currently, as it stands, Muir looks to be on for the race win for the gold class. Chapman leads the bronzes, and Golan leads the silver class at the moment. But there's plenty of racing still to come all throughout, plenty of action still to come as well. We mentioned it's a fast-paced circuit tonight here at Oulton Park, and those wild moments can often happen, especially on lap 1. And I don't think this will be the only safety car we see tonight, Brenton. I have a feeling that race 2, we may see a second appearance from it, possibly a third.
I'm not exactly objective to safety cars. Like I said, we're like all sport, you're in the entertainment business, and I do think that the safety cars do offer a little bit of entertainment. Is safety cars pulling away, I believe?
I believe it is. So I think we're getting ready to go racing again.
Control. Yeah, I didn't hear anything from race control, but yeah, looks like we're ready to go.
So Muir will have control of the field once again on this single file restart. He'll come around the second to last corner, and it will be green flag at Oulton Park once again as we go racing down towards turn 1. Muir leads us through. There was a couple of wide berths on the race start. A couple of drivers just clipping the grass on this time by as well, but it's brought them all back into it now. Don't look away from Gordon Marshall. He could definitely have a part to play in this during this race. We mentioned that this would be classified as his home circuit for the season. Also not too far away from Manchester and Liverpool, right in the Midlands of the UK for England, but it's as close as we're going to get to Scotland without going to Knock Hill.
So it's already happened. Both. There's dramas here at turn 5.
Oh, there is.
Pedersen again.
Yep, Pedersen off the road. Reddit's off too.
Pedersen's fault.
No.
That wasn't Pedersen. He was just trying to take avoiding action there. And I was just about to say that both Wilson and who was that? I can't think of the top of my head right now.
Was Dean
had
Reddit.
already let Pedersen.
Oh
through.
my God!
Yeah.
It was teammate contact.
Mad.
It was Wilson and Reddit who made contact down at that corner.
Was it Wilson?
I think it was. Unless it was Wiley.
I'm
No,
not sure
it might have been
Wilson.
Wiley Blair.
Would have been Wiley Blair.
Or no, it was John Akers. It was John Akers because I saw. I saw him go off the track. It was John Akers. Because he had
Is
this.
John a lap down though?
No. Sorry, it was not. I'm talking absolute rubbish. So it
Yeah.
was Wiley. It was Wiley. I did call it right.
Yeah.
So Wiley locks up, hits his own teammate.
That was an unusual one, like the way the car just started, like under brakes.
And then it gets even messier as they come back down the straight. We see McLeod and Gary Watson side by side.
What is all that about?
And they just
He's
start
about to keep coming over.
There he is. Over he goes and off the road. He's just dumped him.
Mr. Wall just gives it a nudge. Not a bad effort to save that.
We're living off replays right now because Kurt Chapman's also been off the road down at turn 4-5. He had Russell Papperell on his heels and he's run it straight off.
Yeah, quite a common spot to go there, especially with his tyres there. Does he miss them?
He missed, no.
Light contact with the rear, and he's going to have about an hour and a half of blowdowns from that little manoeuvre. But gee whiz, it's all happening here, isn't it? It really is. We're down to 10 minutes, probably about 7 laps to go. And the drama that we've had in such a short amount of time. These guys are only finished 5 laps, 2 of which were behind the safety car. This is going to be a sensational night.
I think across these 10 minutes, Brenton, we've encapsulated the carnage that happened across all of Montreal last week. I mean, it's been a crazy first 10 minutes, but it's been fantastic as well. And that's the bonus of the fast-paced circuit that is Oulton Park. Into pit lane comes Daniel Benefield. I think that's a penalty. Yep.
Yeah, didn't see what that was for. Obviously, there's been some dramas there.
It'll be the contact. I think they've determined there was contact with John Akers on
that
lap
was
1
Benefield?
that sent him off the
Okay.
track.
Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, we got Greg Favell as the steward tonight. Very respected steward.
He'll
and does
be
a cracking job.
he'll be in there for the rest of the season with us as well.
Yeah.
As Kyle's unfortunately had to step away for the rest of the season, so we hope everything's going well with Kyle and hope to see him back soon, possibly for next season, the end of 2025, start of 2026. But ever so graciously, Greg is going to step back into the role for the rest of the season, which is good to see. So
Yeah, we get plenty of practice doing it. So yeah, it's a position that you can't win being the steward. It doesn't matter. You know, if there's two cars fighting for the same bit of turf, one of them's generally going to be in the wrong, so one of them's going to be happy when the penalty. Oh no!
Oh, Golan!
Hands.
oh wait, where is Cairns? He's back there. He's still going. Craig Schultz is off the road though, and off goes Tim Nicol and John Akers as well.
Oh, never looked like making that corner. Never looked like making it. If you go on board the Schultz car, I think it was into turn 10, wasn't it? And the speed that he's carrying, like, did he get hit?
Oh, he forgot to brake. No, he braked way too late. He braked way too late for that corner. And straight off the road. Now, I watched them in practice. They're braking around the white line at the exit of the regular chicane. And that has just ricocheted him off the road. Tim Nicol had been off as well. So had John Akers. It's a tough track, but we're getting into those tougher tracks now, Brenton.
They're making it harder than it needs to be. So it's been 2 weeks in a row now with Montreal and now here, where the standard hasn't been ideal. The competitiveness has been very, very high. But yeah, some of the passing moves, they're not even closed. But no, it's it adds to the drama, doesn't it? It adds to the excitement, adds to the entertainment. We're all for that. Meanwhile, Ben Pedersen's gone up to P12. He's got the snowman in front of him. Pedersen will not be finishing the top 10. Unless something happens in front, Pedersen will not be finishing the top 10. We've also got Gordon Marsh was gone up to P2.
Yeah, I think Lawrence had a slowdown. He actually let him past.
Yeah.
So I think it's either that or Lawrence is actually carrying damage because he's really dropped back off of Marshall and Muir, and he's now tucked in front of his teammate Alan Dawson here. So
have a look at Marshall. He hasn't exactly fallen away from Sam Muir.
No, he hasn't. Yeah. So I have a feeling there's something wrong with Lawrence's car possibly because he's dropped a massive amount of pace across that lap. And even for a slowdown, that's a lot to give up.
Yeah, 28.8 last lap for Lawrence. That's exactly 2 seconds off the pace of Marshall. So, yeah, there's a fair bit going on there. Like he's got some teammate protection. But yeah, Gordon Marshall, he's the guy on the charge. Muir was 7.91, Marshall at 8.17. You know, the fastest lap of the race so far, 25.949 was Pedersen's last lap. Not going to be enough to get the top 10. We might get top 11 to be lucky. But you know, Muir and Marshall's done a sensational job tonight.
He's done a fantastic job as Marshall, and he's sneaking his way up into the top 3 of the championship if he has a solid performance here tonight. But right now, Muir is doing everything he needs to do to try and go back-to-back as the VRS Porsche Cup Series champion. He did the job last season as Mr. Consistent, just as his new teammate Simon Mazzomo did the season before. And he's looking to continue that trend here throughout Season 3. The first half of the season, we can tick it off as Muir's won. What will the European leg do? No, you're fine.
Yeah, so Pedersen's just gone past Mazzomo. And if I was in Team 9-5, I would be very, very disappointed with the amount of defence that Mazzomo put up. There wasn't one. It was pretty easy. And now that's got Pedersen up to P11. Now, question, now, if you're the team manager, let's pretend you're the team manager of the Rock. Yeah? And you've got Pedersen in P11. You've got Rodney Gillan, Colin, if I get that right, in P8. Now, Rodney's not going to win the championship. Might win the silver championship, but not win the championship. You might suggest to Rodney, your brakes aren't looking too good. You might need to drop off the pace a bit. Pedersen goes past, Pedersen gets 10th, goes to pole position for the next race. And Gillan says, well, leave the check the mail.
Well, I think...
I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't either, because there is also a rule in the rule book about race fixing.
Well, no, you're not fixing because his brakes aren't good. You just want to make sure that the car gets home.
Oh,
You just
fair.
don't nerve the road.
Fair.
Eddie Irvine was big at that back in the Schumacher days. Back in the time that Schumacher had to pass Eddie Irvine. Always hear the call, watch your brakes. That was just the mode for
Well, someone's just gone off the road. Barry Punter had run it a bit wide down at turn 7. That's now allowed Kurt Chapman back past him. So a hot battle here for the race win in the bronze class for race 1 this evening. This is really starting to heat up. Golan, well, he may not actually want to let anyone else pass him because he is racing for a silver win tonight in race 1. He's got Luke Page on his heels. He's just gotten past Logan Howard. But I suppose if he gets to the section that he's not in the winning position, well, you know, you think tactically, do you then maybe, you know, give it to Pedersen if he catches you? He's 4 seconds away with 3.5 minutes to go. It's not out of the realm that Pedersen could chase him down. Very likely could.
So
Off the road goes Damien Cairns at turn 3. So more wide berths happening in this race.
Yeah, a few mistakes building in. Damien does a great job in the vet series, but in this series, he might not drive the car as much. Does tend to make a couple of mistakes here and there, but you know, when he gets it right, he gets it very right. When he gets it wrong, he gets it very wrong.
Well, battle for the race lead is continuing on. It is super close.
No one, tell me anyone who would have expected this. Anyone who would have expected this. Like Sam Muir started on pole position, has done a great job, not just this season, but last season. But Gordon Marshall is absolutely giving it to him. Loses a bit of time there outside of 11, but this is a great effort by Gordon Marshall.
Gordon is doing a terrific effort in P2 at the moment. He'd love a home race win here at Oulton Park, ahead of everybody else in the field. As he brings it round turn 3, he'll continue to massage that pressure onto the back of Sam Muir's car, giving up a little bit of time through that first sector. But I think his true pace from what we've seen, Brenton, has been lying in the middle portion of the circuit and at the end of the circuit as well. So I think Muir has the advantage in the first third. Second and third is going to Gordon at the moment.
What a great section of road that is in the exit of turn 5. Then you go up the hill here. Just a spectacular bit of track. And just, you know, the track dampers quite tightly, so you're going to hug the inside of 5 and you get a really good drive out. As you say, normally there's one chicane just as we go past it, but without the chicane, I just think it adds so much more to this track, quickens it up, makes it so much more intimidating as you go into deep into turn 10, and it is a passing opportunity. It's quite a quick corner, turn 10, but you certainly can make a pass there.
Oh, you can for sure, as Mazzomo and Ben Pedersen has just gone off the road at that very corner. So I think now we can confirm pretty much all hopes of a top 10 finish in this race are now gone. They're scratched out. So it's time for a reset for Pedersen.
Yeah, look at how that happened. I was just saying before that if you're a team 9-5, you'd be disappointed. He still by himself.
Oh, he hopped the curb. He hopped the curb and it was just too aggressive.
For what reason? Why do you do that, Ben? Like, this is a guy that you and I both picked as the title favourite, and he is finding new ways of dropping the ball. He didn't need to do that. There's nothing to gain from that, only things to lose. Yeah, just like last week, the mistakes are creeping in. Meanwhile, his main counterpart, Sam Muir, is, I'm not going to say he's comfortably in front, but he's absolutely not, but he's in front.
Well, I will point this out, Brendan. I'm currently 0-2 in championship predictions.
0-2. Okay, well, if this is going, you're strike 3 and you're out. I've gone to strike 1.
To be fair, last season when I made the prediction, Muir wasn't technically signed up yet. He only started racing in round 2 of last season.
Yeah, but you're still in that bad in the 12th series and you're strike 3.
I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop doing predictions from now on.
Last lap.
Yeah. As we come around the final few corners, Muir has survived the pressure. He'll get maximum points from race 1 this evening. Comes home in race winning position ahead of Gordon Marshall and Stefan Lawrence on the podium. In behind them, Rodney Gollum will take home the silver class win ahead of Luke Page, and Kurt Chapman will come home for another bronze class win here this evening. He'll be extending his championship lead ever so slightly over his competitors. But it's not all over just yet. There is still 5 rounds to go, as Damien Cairns has just gotten a black flag on the last lap. So that will drop him back significantly now. But he didn't make the rookie... Yeah, I think so. He didn't make the rookie mistake, though, Brenton, of coming through pit lane on the last lap. He was smart enough just to finish the race because he didn't give up any time.
Yeah, well, he's going to drop significantly down. Where's that going to put him? Gracio's 25th. Is that right? Down to 25th?
No, probably just ahead of Gary. Oh, actually, hang on. Where's Cairns?
Oh, no, Damien Cairns down to 26. So
Yeah.
actually dropped him almost a lap. So,
Yeah, it might drop him to the end of the line for those that were not a lap down. So that will be an interesting prospect. As we get into the warm-up session, let's just have a quick little look again at the championship standings, just so we can kind of have a look at where everyone finished. So Pedersen has just given up significant points to Sam Muir in that race. So to Benefield. The big gainers there, of course, were Lawrence Dawson and Marshall, but they haven't gained anything on Muir. That's the big loss for them. Ellie Gardner not here tonight, unfortunately ill, so hopefully we see her back next week. It was a good opportunity for Dean Reddit to gain points on her, but a poor race in race 1 has cost him. Golan was the big benefactor of that championship battle. And then into the bronze class, well, Kurt Chapman is right ahead in the championship fight of Tim Nicol, but it's by 32 points, and he just gained points on Tim as well. So Kurt's doing well just to keep that gap and hold position. And I don't think he's actually... I think his pace in the car is probably of a silver driver, but his races have really been reflecting that classification of bronze class, which is keeping the championship close. And if he does win that title, he will earn the silver class more so than being it given to him. So that's going to be a tough ask for him, but we'll see how it turns out. Of course, at the end of the silver championship, whether it's Golan, Gardner, Reddit, possibly Dodds, or even Cairns who win it, that'll, of course, see them return back into the gold class for next season. What session to come, though? We've got 4.5 minutes, or 3.5 minutes, sorry, until we get back and racing once again. So we'll take this time to go for a quick ad break and give thanks to our title sponsors, VRS Virtual Racing School. We thank you ever so much, everyone who's been joining us here this season and this evening as well. We'll be back very shortly with more from the Porsche Cup Series. Don't go anywhere, race 2 coming right your way after the ad break.
These are the VRS Dark Force Pro pedals. So it's a high-end product, stainless steel construction with an industrial aesthetic. Very, very adjustable. All 3 pedals, the pedal faces in terms of height, depth, angle are fully adjustable, and overall pedal angle is also adjustable. Now, if we look at the throttle pedal first, we have quite a unique design here. So we have a rodless spring, which doesn't quite look right to the eye, but functionally performs extremely well. Absolutely no friction whatsoever, so really nice smooth response. And we have a lot of adjustability here in terms of initial starting force, preload, and also overall force and pedal travel. So if we move on to the brake, we have similar levels of adjustability, a very high-end, heavy-duty construction. We have the blue spring on here at the moment, which tolerates a 65 kilogram maximum force. Also supplied is the optional red spring, which doubles that to 130 kilograms. These are linear springs, which is not normally how a real-life brake pedal feels. So we have this very clever mechanism on the back here, which basically turns that into a progressive, more realistic feeling, which gives you quite a decent bit of travel for low-level trail braking, and then more of a ramp up when you're really braking much harder. And we have this tie rod at the top, which is fully adjustable, along with preload, so you can really fine-tune that exact force shape to your preference. On the clutch, we have a similar level of adjustability in terms of pedal face and also the shape of the curve. So we try to emulate a clutch plate, which is stiff initially and then flattens out as the clutch gives way. So that's emulated here with a small amount of adjustability, including overall travel as well. So we're very happy with this product, and we hope you are too.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the VRS Porsche Cup Series. We're getting ready for race 2 in only a moment's notice. There's a couple of drivers out there trying to get a couple more laps in. Race 1, Brenton, absolute chaos.
Yep.
We look ahead now to race 2. 40 minutes. A pit stop will be involved in it as well, so there will be some strategy about it. And I still think that we could see a second appearance of the safety cars tonight. I think tonight in race 2, this race could go off significantly, especially with that reverse top 10 for the starting grid as well. And, you know, for Muir, starting in that 10th position, it's not too bad for him. He's got good pace. He obviously proved that in race 1 when he took home the maximum points here tonight for the first heat of 140. So, you know, he's gained some good points on the board, specifically over Ben Pedersen, who... we have a quick look at the race results for race 1. We can do the quick maths on it. So it was P1 for Muir. So Pedersen was P12. So he gained 52 points over. He actually he doubled his gap over Pedersen. It was 140 for the race win, and Pedersen finished P12. He only got 88 points in the heat. Oh, actually, no. My maths is wrong there. It's no, it is 52.
Cars are gridding up now.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look. If I saw... Did I see Sam Muir... Oh, no, Logan Howard's in the purple livery. Is that right? Yeah, I think...
Yeah, at the front of the field.
Yep. Yeah, just from my angle, I thought, hang on, what's Sam doing at the front there? But there he is in P10. And he's got his main counterpart, Pedersen, right behind him.
Right on his tail.
So
right on his tail. And the best thing that can happen...
We've seen 2 races in a row now.
Well,
so we've seen 2 races in a row now that the 2 of them have made car contact in turn 1 from the start. The guys need to be a bit cleaner here. So I think on both times, I think you could point the finger at Pedersen. So it needs to be cleaner here. And we've got car 86 reversing. It's Wiley Blair. Why he feels he needs to reverse. It's an instant DQ, I'm sorry, normally, but yeah, unusually he felt like he had to reverse back on a rolling start.
Yeah. So cars are just getting prepped here for the start of this race. So the top 10 has been inverted off of race 1. So Howard, Page, Lawford, Golan, Papperell, Boyd, Lawrence, Dawson, Marshall and Muir have all been swapped around for the race start here.
Stacey Boyd's eyes will be lighting up here, surely, from P5.
Oh, yeah.
What he did last week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't really look too far past Angus Lawford either. Got really good talent in this car.
Made some mistakes, though.
He has made some mistakes. Time will tell who is going to reap these benefits off this race start. Lights up, though. Green flag. Race 2 underway at Oulton Park as we get underway and the scramble begins towards turn 1 once again. And I think it's appropriate for us to go to the sky and just check out if anyone runs it wide. Multiple cars run it wide, including Muir. And there's a big one in the background involving Dodsey. And I think Jared McLeod back there as well.
Yeah.
But Howard started well. Lawrence putting pressure here on Page. Page runs it wide at turn 3. Lawrence is already up 6 into P2 with Lawford in behind him.
Yeah, so great start by Lawrence. Up 6 spots, like you said. Marshall up the 2 spots. Stacey Boyd.
Oh, Papperell off the road. Papperell is off the road. Multiple, including Pedersen and Stacey Boyd as well. I was going to say Sam Muir, but it's Stacey Boyd that's off.
And again, there's more incidents as well. It's Dawson is off as well. Is Lawrence got himself a problem? Yeah, but there's multiple cars off at the moment. Love to see what happened there at turn 5. And, you know, Ben Pedersen involved in another incident. Now, I'm not sure at this point. We haven't had a look at it. I'm not pointing the finger, but certainly keen. And in the meantime, Logan Howard has done a great start.
Benefield facing the wrong way down there, and he's made contact with Russell Papperell, who then makes contact. Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's a mess.
And then punter, and I think that there was John Akers off the road as well. So multiple riot cars are off the road, and Lawford. I'm not surprised.
I was about to say, just for the sake of the race and for the sake of the series, call the safety car and get these guys settled down. Hasn't been a great start. Standard's been poor. Let's not kid ourselves. I understand that there's a series going on. I understand there's a chance that others can work their way up in their individual championships, whether it's gold, silver, or bronze. But guys, take a deep breath because you're ruining yourselves here. And we have a look at the lap 1 incident.
Yeah, so this was Dodds down at turn 1. So he tried to go around the outside of McLeod, and he just chopped his nose. No.
Yeah.
And then we also saw Papril end up off the road as well down at turn 4. And this was a wild ride. Oh, he locked it right up and into the barrier.
Yeah, but, okay, so how'd those guys get there? Looks like, is that...
Pedersen's gone for the dive. He's gone for a big dive, locked it up.
Oh,
Boyd had nowhere to go.
close.
Yeah, no, not even close. Just a world away. And then
Lap
Dawson.
1 of a 40-minute lap race.
Oh, Dawson was all in his lonesome. And he copped a meatball off this as well because he was collided with
Oh, bang.
by Daniel Benefield.
Yeah,
Or
but it's
Schultz.
not Benefield's fault. He had nowhere to go. Was it Schultz or Benefield? Anyway, but had nowhere to go for the 9.5 car. Certainly not their fault. And then who's that going out in sympathy behind him?
That was Pedersen again.
Again.
Yeah.
So what's he? Yay.
He just lit it up. So
Yeah.
and then there was this one here with Benefield as well. So this was down at turn 7. So comes around the corner.
Well, inside. No.
He just lost it on his own.
Yeah.
Oh, hold brakes. So he held brakes there, and then he gets going again and makes rear end
Did he
contact with Papril.
But I don't reckon do you reckon he's made contact?
I think he has. The way that car reacted, I think he has. And then this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Oh,
Teammates
bang, bang,
collide. Nickel had a part to play in it as well.
and look at that.
And then it...
Synchronized crashing.
I know. And then Lawford too with Lawrence down at the next corner. I think Lawrence went for the dive and he's just clipped him.
I'm starting to learn why they call the team right. Yeah, it's
That was probably the most chaotic first lap we've ever seen
and
in the
multiple
series.
incidents,
Multiple.
not one big incident. Multiple incidents.
Two
and,
cars with meatballs in Papril
yeah.
and Dawson.
Yeah.
That's got big championship implications. Of course, Dawson's up and around that top 5. Papril's up there as well. Pedersen at the back of the field.
Now. Yeah.
And we mentioned that tonight, Brenton,
And
could be the
don't forget,
momentum
right from
swing for a
Yeah, but also
champion.
Absolutely, but Sam Muir didn't have a great start. Went wide on the exit of 1. Had some contact himself. So Pedersen was actually in front of Muir. I think Pedersen got up to P6 or P7, and then very, very, very ambitious, and that's the best way I can put it. Into turn 5, the move was not on. Just a bit of patience, you know. We had 39.5 minutes left, and he's dive bombing into 5, and you know, I would think that if the matter's been reported, I would think that Pedersen not only what's he now, P23, but I would think he's going to get a penalty on top of that. So we're almost getting to the stage where we almost need to discount Pedersen for the championship. His driving hasn't been great. It hasn't been worthy of winning a championship. He might get on a run and start winning a lot of races, and I still think he's the quickest driver out there. Doesn't mean he's the smartest driver out there.
I think the unfortunate part for Pedersen is he needs Sam Muir to completely go off the deep end and do a complete 180 on how he drives.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing in the way that Sam Muir drives that says to me he is all of a sudden going to get 50 plus points worth of penalties in the last 5 rounds of the season. Is it possible it happens? Sure it is. But Sam is a very patient driver. He doesn't put himself in positions like that, and he didn't show us any point at last season that he would put his car in danger like that to win a race. So,
yeah,
and that's not even to help Pedersen in the championship. That's to help Marshall. That's to help Benefield. That's to help anyone else who's in that top flight battle. Right now, Muir has been the most consistent driver in this first half of the season. He's incurred no penalty points to his name. He is doing everything he needs to do. And I think at this stage, from all the great drivers we've seen in this series, including the likes of Job Stewart and Corey Lazarus, who, funnily enough, never won a championship here, I think Sam is probably up there with them now in terms of complete driver. he has just proven he is a complete driver, Brenton, across these first 2 seasons he's participated. Could he find better lap pace to match those two? Probably, yes. But I think in terms of how he goes about his racing, he's up there with them in terms of trying to be smart and strategic and being patient and using his driving ability to do the talking more so than trying to go for over-ambitious moves on lap 1.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with your summation there. Yeah, he's just driving smarter, isn't he? He's putting the car in good positions. You very rarely, if ever, see him make a mistake that involves others. Yes, he has made solo mistakes, but yeah, he's up to P7 at the moment. Got a teammate in front of him. Just hasn't made many mistakes. He's collecting points. I'm interested in Luke Page up into P3 at the moment. The car's 629. First time I think we've seen him, if I'm understanding correctly.
Signed up yesterday, Brenton. So
So
we've,
Silver, I think you were talking before
yeah.
about possibly putting him into gold.
Well,
This will be a good test for him to see where he's at.
yeah,
This will be
yeah.
a good test.
And
he's in P3.
I think from what I've seen tonight as well, I'm going to give him... Oh, as we just dropped slightly. Hopefully fix it. There we go. I think based on what I've seen tonight, I'll give him next week as well to prove where he needs to be. Because Zandvoort's going to be a tough track. If he can do well at Zandvoort, then that might say to me he could be gold. If not, then he'll probably stay in silver class. His qualifying was great.
Please we're using the long version example.
Oh yeah, we're using the new version. We're using the new version of Zandvoort with the
With the banking.
Yeah, for sure.
And the extension at the back. Yeah,
Yes. The top tier version of Zandvoort.
That's yeah.
So yeah, that'll be a good test for him as well. So that will, because we're so late in the season, I'm not going to give him 3 rounds to be reclassified. He's going to get 2.
No.
Which a lot of the reclassifications were decided within 2 rounds, but I wanted to give them Chicago to prove to me why they should stay where they are or why they shouldn't go up, or why they shouldn't go down. So, but safety cars just pulled away. We'll get ready to go green flag once again here as Logan Howard gets us back underway at Oulton Park and the run down towards turn 1. Golan and Page on his heels. Marshall's up there too. As Muir and Mazzomo battle away. A couple of drivers running it wide on the exit of turn 1. As Chapman and Schuler battle here too in amongst this mid-pack. Oh, Schuler got really, really caught up in that grass then. He'd love to chase down his teammate Howard at the front of the field. But Chapo's trying to find a way past him at this stage. It is heating up amongst this field. But Howard is doing well from the front as we run it through turn 5. There you see the debris on the outside of the track. Page putting pressure here on Golan for P2 on the road. Chapo's run it wide through turn 5. Got caught up in the gravel. That's kept Schuler ahead of him. So he's not finding an easy way through just yet. But this could heat up at any moment here, Brenton.
Yeah, it could. It's a clean start, which we love to see. Get the racing. We've still got half an hour, 30 minutes of racing to go. It's going to be about another 13 laps.
Jamie Fleming. Jamie
Fleming
Fleming has just run it wide down at turn 7.
Yeah. Look at the position block. Damage, surely.
Yeah, that thing's got big
another
damage.
car.
It could be.
I would expect it to be another safety. That's a dangerous position there.
Let's watch it down at turn 7. So he just runs it wide and clobbers the wall.
Bang hard, wide.
It's a steering rack, probably heavily damaged.
The guy at the tattoo shop won't be making any money tonight. I think Ben Pedersen's had yet another problem.
Oh my God. It is not a night for Ben Pedersen to remember. Back down the road. He's still running. He hasn't been off track, but God, is it a hard night for him. It's Chapman and Mazzomo have gone off at turn 3. There is Chapman down there. Where did Mazzomo go off? He's kept going.
No, Mazzomo's recovered. He's recovered. But yeah, you look at Sam Muir and he's just sitting back going, well, everyone else can make mistakes tonight.
Oh, what was that? That was like Chapman. That was like Chapman overcorrected to avoid Schuler, who wasn't quite close enough next to him, and then he just couldn't get it turned in. Yeah.
That's an overreaction to something that wasn't happening. Paid a price for it, but what a mess.
So Fleming is still parked up. I'd argue we're going to get a safety car because Fleming is still there. Yep.
Yeah. Has he called for a safety car? A safety car? No.
Well, Fleming's
You'd have
there.
to think there'd have to be a safety car.
There's the safety car in pit lane, but Fleming is still sitting there.
And now Punter's involved with an incident as well. Lap 5.
Yep. Benefield's also got himself a black flag for something. Punter, I would argue, be the rejoin.
Incidents. Yeah, rejoin or incidents? Was it?
And he's off the track again. So.
Yeah.
And I would argue that might have been a no brakes moment there for Daniel Benefield.
And already.
He's just towed. Yeah, he's just towed straight back. That'll get him disqualified.
Yep.
Yeah, he's tried to take Watson with him. Oh wait, so this is yeah.
Was that who's that? Is that Fleming?
Yeah, so Fleming's parked over on the other side of the road still. I know.
This is why there's
off the road with him. So Benefield
there should be a safety car.
Yeah, Benefield collected him. And then Benefield's just gone straight across the road and into the barrier, and that there.
These guys need to take some Valium. They need to calm down because the racing is poor. It's a quick track. We discussed this before. The chances of errors is high. Guys, just keep it on the black stuff. It's not that hard. If you can't do it, go slower. Because
Fleming is still there.
So he's requested a tow.
Yeah.
It looks like he had a problem with his microphone, but safety car is out.
Okay.
Sometimes, though, you would think, the race director would see that car and just make the decision for him. Not necessarily wait for the call for a safety car. It was there for over a lap. Obviously, there was problems, big hard hit, but it's also safety car number 3 for the night. I think you called that.
Oh, well, I did say I wouldn't be surprised.
Newer pitting.
Newer
pitting.
You know what? I
and
like
he's the only one.
Mez is in too.
As well.
I think they know they can get home from here, especially with this safety car. So they're all in.
So
this is a rookie error from Howard, Golan, Marshall, and Co.
Not necessarily.
Well,
there might be things that they know that we don't.
The reason I state that is, we've never seen someone do a no stop in the 40-minute races, Brenton. It's our second safety car of the race, which we've had 40-minute races before with 2 safety cars. I would argue we would need 3 or 4, and I'd lean on the side of 4 to get to no stop territory.
Yeah, well, they might know something that we don't know. But right now, Muir's back into P14. He's got some traffic ahead of him. Very short pit lane here. So they were stationary for anything between 3 and 7 seconds.
I suppose
if Muir was in the lane for 24 and a half seconds. There's nothing to say that the leaders can't build up 15, 20-second lead over the next few laps.
Well,
what
I'd also say is as well, possibly actually, so we could think about, we can't actually, I've just thought of it now, we can't think about actually the laps gained on fuel. We've also actually got to think about the time lost with the safety car. We're doing less laps under the safety car than what we did at full pace. Every safety car we get, it's 5 minutes of them driving slower, which is probably equalising to around about 2 laps less, because they're obviously still doing a lap or 2 under the safety car period. So I would argue then 3 safety cars would waste 15 minutes. That could maybe be enough. If there is a third in this race, that could be enough to do a no stop.
I think for guys like Howard, Golan, Marshall, I think it's worth rolling the dice. What have they got to lose? And we've got 12 laps to go. They've only done 7 laps. They've only finished 7 laps, of which I think 3 of them now are behind a safety car. Who's to say there won't be another safety car and then they can just roll off? They'll get good track position. They'll get a clean track in front of them. They'll be around some other fast cars. Meanwhile, the Muirs and the Mazomos of the world, they've got a bit of work to do, get through. I'm just trying to have a look who else might be of interest. Stephen Lawrence. I think Stephen's been a bit disappointing this race, not going to lie. P4. He was up to P2 for a while there, and you would be backing him in more times than not there. And who's to say that he still won't might finish on the top of the step of the podium, but I would have thought that he would have been certainly more pressing up the front. Who's that coming? Is that Luke Page?
That's Luke Page. So he's actually come in very late there. This is a big mistake from Luke.
That's a bad move.
Yeah, that's a very and this will be a learning
well,
experience from Luke now coming in at this
Benefield
point.
has just compounded and made the same mistake. Now I think
No, that's Schultz that's in.
Benefield's
Benefield's out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Benefield's out.
yeah. So I saw the flash of red and black go through, and yeah, that's just there's lack of commitment there. And there's another car coming as well.
That's Gary Watson.
Yeah, who's probably getting some damage fixed. So I totally get that, but there's a complete lack of commitment there. Like if you're gonna stay out, then stay out. If you're gonna come in, then come in, but don't be all wishy-washy and do it halfway through.
I would put that down to probably lack of experience in the league and understanding.
I agree with that.
You know,
I agree with that.
The strategy that you can pull in this race, from Luke's perspective.
Luke almost might also be thinking it's a compulsory stop, so he might be
Quite
thinking
possibly.
that. So yeah, so
he would know if it was or it wasn't if he has actually read the rulebook pre-race. So they're not
when has a
compulsory.
driver ever read a rule book?
That's true.
Drivers do not read rule books.
That's true.
That's what they have managers for. Yeah, they do not read rule books.
Well, you know,
Radio.
that's very true.
Sadly true.
Don't come complaining to race control then when you get a penalty if you haven't read the rule book.
Right. Exactly right. But
That's the
like
argument
I
I would
said,
make.
they do not read rule books.
That's fine. But then they got to go post-race read and be like, oh yeah, I was in the wrong. Or just take it on the chin. Who knows?
So this is where they go. If they get a penalty, they complain and say, "Where you tell me where in the rules it is?" Oh yeah, page 16.
Yep. So we are halfway through this race in our second safety car of the evening, about 19 minutes into proceedings of the 40-minute feature race here tonight. Logan Howard leads the way to Rodney Golan, who's leading the silver class in this race. Paul Wilson, for a third week in a row, is leading the bronze class in the feature race. Could he go 3 from 3 over the last 3 weeks? Well, this will be a good test for him here tonight, especially with Chapman, Nickel and Punter quite a few positions behind him. Schuler is blinking at the moment behind this battle as the pace car's now pulled away. So we'll get ready to go restart action once again, and the green flag will fly by way of this race being restarted. So Logan Howard hasn't pitted in this race. Let's see what he does. No one in only 2 drivers in the top 10 have pitted, and they pitted on lap 1. That was Dodds and Pedersen. Everyone else, Pedersen and Boyd and Pedersen, sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone else has not come in ahead of them. Will they need to stop, or are they hoping for a third safety car?
So when they go across the start finish line, I'm going to see, I'll tell you how far Sam Muir is off the lead. And then let's see, and he's in P13, so we'll be on Muir watch to see what he can achieve here as he goes across the strike. 6.05 off the lead. Now let's see how much traffic he gets held up in, and let's see the lap times of Howard, Golan, Marshall, Lawrence, Schuler. Let's see if they can get themselves away here.
Well, multiple cars running it wide at turn 1 once again. That time through, as the timing's just having a little bit of a hiccup here. I think it's because Alex Schuler's just had a big dropout. I have a feeling he might actually... Oh, yeah, he's off the track now, so he didn't actually have a dropout. He just ran off the road. Project 36, Brandon Griffiths in the chat with us now. Just realised I've been rude. Hi, crew. Hello, Brandon. Thank you for joining us once again. Unfortunate race start for Angus Lawford, your driver. But a pretty solid race for Harry Dodds at the moment. Back up into the top 10, up 20 positions here. He had a solid race in the feature last week. He'll be open for another one tonight. He's under pressure here from Ben Pedersen down towards turn 7. Dodds are making it the long way around. Doesn't want to commit to it being such a fast-paced corner. He wants to switch back. It's now a drag race to the hard braking zone at the end of the forest. So let's see what sort of pressure. Pedersen's already done it, actually, even before the braking zone. So it looks like Doddsy may have just given it to him for free.
Yeah, so poor old Harry didn't have much of a race in race 1, but he's certainly recovering quite well. Had a pit stop though, has to be said. So up 19 spots, but it could be an unnatural 19 spots. So we saw that Muir was 6.5 behind at the end of lap 1. Sorry, at the start finish line. He's only dropped half a second here, 27.942 in comparison to the 27.432 for Logan Hound. So Muir certainly has not dropped off the radar here.
So I wonder if we get into the scenario, Brenton, that these people who haven't pitted under that pace car need to come in. What about the world that the people who had to pit on lap 1 of Pedersen and Boyd, what if all of a sudden they don't need a pit now that there's been 2 safety cars in this race? Because they took fuel on board in their stop. 4.75 seconds.
Oh,
that's John Akers. John Akers off the road at turn 5. It's really becoming a hot spot.
In, isn't it?
It has.
Yeah. It's just too late a braking, and it's just a consistent theme. Just a consistent theme that they're just not hitting their markers. So, and paying a heavy price for it.
Well, it's probably becoming the least favourite corner of the Riot Sim Racing crew here this evening. Must be said. I don't think they'll be.
At the end of it.
I don't think they'll be wanting to see Oulton Park in their front view windscreen for a while. I think they'll be happy to see it in the rear view after tonight. But Rodney Gollan, one of those Riot cars, is doing very well at the moment in P2, putting pressure on Logan Howard here. He's got Marshall in behind him as well. We've got 17 minutes left in this race. In fact, it's the fastest lap of the race for Gollan, and the whole time it was a 1:26.55. Pedersen has just bettered that, though, by 100th of a second as he sits in behind his teammate Wiley Blair. I'd expect Blair's not going to hold him up too much, but he also did make contact with his own teammate on lap 1, so we can never quite be sure, although he does let Pedersen pass this time by. So Ben now into the top 5. Does he need a pit stop to get home? He already pitted on lap 1 due to damage. Has it become a saving grace for one mistake? Could lead to him actually making it to the end of this race, possibly in P1 on the road.
We were talking earlier during qualifying about the impressive pace of Rodney Gollan, and he's certainly showing it tonight in the feature race now. He's got all over the back of Logan Howard, and whilst Gordon Marshall is close behind, he doesn't seem to be feeling any pressure from Marshall behind. Marshall certainly doesn't seem to be able to attack, or seems reluctant to want to attack. But keep an eye on Rodney Gollan. He's doing a fantastic job tonight.
I'd just like to point out, Ben Pedersen is not going to be challenging for the race win here, Brenton, because he's just been given a drive-through for his moment on lap 1 with Stacey Boyd. So that there is run over.
Call. Yeah, that's a late call. We said that early, saying that there's going to be some grief from the stewards. It was a pretty obvious one. It was way too deep, and is paying the penalty for it. He's just had a stink in 2 weeks, hasn't he? He really has, and he's boxing now. The only thing that's of significantly minor benefit is that the short pit lane, but it's not going to help improve his sense of humour.
No. And I think what'll happen is it's going to be all guns blazing for the next 5 weeks, because undoubtedly he is on the back foot, and he'll have to hope that Sam Muir has a poor round or two coming up here, as Lawford now goes fastest on the road, 1:26.41. So some great pace from Lawford. This man here could be corrected P3 at the moment.
That's significantly faster than the rest of the field. 26.407. The leaders 26.8, 26.9. Marshall 26.6. But outside of that, Boyd at 27.1. Muir at 27 flat. Mazzomo 27 flat. So Lawford's got some pace out there.
Barry Punter's also about to take a traverse through pit lane as well. But I believe that one is for incident points, because he's currently on 10 off tracks. And I'm seeing nothing on the incident sheet that says he's getting a drive through. So he's going to have to come through pit lane thanks to track extending a couple too many times. And that messy end to lap 1 probably didn't help his cause either. So he'll have to come back through pit lane now. This is really going to shake up the field. I'll be interested to see how the points look after tonight. We are including 2 drop rounds after this evening as well. But as you mentioned earlier, Brenton, penalty points will carry over throughout the rest of the season. So it doesn't matter if you drop the points in that race, you don't drop your penalty points. So that's going to be a tough task to drivers.
Yeah, it's going to be a word of her. And Lawrence has also received a penalty. So B4, right team has had, well, they've had an absolute mare of a night, haven't they?
Well, there's also one other point to remember as well. So coming into this round, so if I give the quick little update here, so Pedersen has had 1 drive-through for the evening, so he's had 1 penalty next to his name. Coming into tonight, Ben was on 5 5 license points, Brenton.
I was going to ask that, yeah.
Six license points is a 10 championship point penalty, and he's just gotten his 6th with that drive-through. So that has now taken him back significantly further from the race lead, or the championship lead, I should say.
Championship lead.
And that's
making it so much harder for himself than he needed to. He's overdriving the car, overdriving his expectations, and we put that expectations on him because we firmly believe that he's good enough to win the championship. We do. He's a predominant race winner, predominantly fastest on the track multiple occasions, but just has not got the job done. Has not handled the pressure at all well this season. And at the moment, you look at the difference. So right now, Samuel's P10, and he's sitting behind Jared McLeod. With the greatest respect to Jared McLeod, he's not normally where he is. So he's silver driver, P9 at the moment, up 16 spots. So yay to Jared, has not pitted yet. Sam hasn't stuck his nose in there at any stage. I've been watching them for the last 4 or 5 laps. Hasn't stuck his nose in any stage. Doesn't need to. Does not need to. He's looking at the scoreboard going, I've got P10. I've had a good first race. Lawrence has just got a black flag. Edison's already backdoored. Lawford just behind him. He's got things under control.
Yeah, on the full retrospect and the full landscape of the championship, Muir is sitting quite comfortable right now. I mean, you mentioned Lawrence has the black flag, so he's going to have to come back in. Another point now to mention too is Daniel Benefield is about to cross over the 2nd license point threshold as well tonight. And with that also...
Dean Reddit's dropped out as well now.
Let me just double check this before I start talking Larky.
Larky, I haven't heard that word for a while.
Well, you know, he had both a intentional wreck, but also a time without permission.
Bizzomo?
I think that might have been...
Yeah.
He's under pressure here from Chapman up the inside. There's the contact, and off he goes.
Ambitious. So Bizzomo wasn't carrying any pace there.
No.
And I would, so was it Chapman?
Yep, Chapman.
Yeah, so Chapman's seen an opportunity, thinks he's going to stick. So who's coming out?
That's Lawrence doing his drive-through. So Lawrence bringing into second now. So that there for Chapman, if he cops a penalty for that, which I assume he may,
he will.
That will be a learning experience for Chapman, because he cannot afford to make moves like that, especially with Paul Wilson up in the top 10 and gaining back points on Chapo here tonight in the championship. It's fine for Chapman to outperform him in the heats, but you've got to start performing in the features, because that's where the most points are on offer, and that's where the biggest points drops are on offer as well for drivers. So for Wilson, he's doing exactly what he needs to do to continue applying pressure to Chapman without putting too much pressure on himself. As here comes Muir, inside line on McLeod, down towards turn 7. It's side by side through the fast right. Muir gets the job done. McLeod gave him plenty of room, plenty of racing respect as well, but Lawford wants to get involved in it as they come through the forest at the back end of the circuit. Where can Lawford get this done? As he looks for an outside run on McLeod, he's not quite going to be close enough, and they've got Luke Page lurking in the background on them. Here comes Lawford though, switchback moment up towards turn 12. Job done off the run out of the corner. Page got by McLeod as well. So McLeod lives to fight another day, and a couple of cars get by him to improve their position.
So that all started on the entry to turn 5. McLeod got a little bit deep under brakes, opened the door a little bit for Muir, and then the two of them went side by side on the exit of 5, and then all the way through 7 into 10. That all started at turn 5. That's actually really good racing by both of them. A lot of respect there. McLeod didn't just give that spot up either. Did go a little bit wide on exit at 10, but left some racing room, but didn't back out of it. That was really good racing by both.
Really good racing by a lot of them, as Wiley Blair is off the road at turn 5. It's a wild run across the grass. That'll be a possible slowdown for him. He's come out right in front of Dodds.
And you look behind and you got Muir going Noah's Ark 2x2 again with last week's race winner Stacey Boyd. It just runs a little bit wide, and I reckon Muir's going to get this job well.
He's already passed him. He's already passed him before the corner. And I don't know. No, Boyd's not going to challenge it. He's smarter than that. Tucks in behind Sam. Stacey knows that he's
coming through as well.
Yeah.
See Angus Lawford following through. So Lawford's got some pace here.
And Luke's going with him. Page is doing a great job here of following him through. Stacey's doing well to give him plenty of room. I mean, Stacey knows he's not in the championship battle. He obviously wants to battle for a bit of pride, but he's
Yep.
not racing, for sheep stations, and he's not trying to present a race like that. He's getting more and more acclimatized to the car as he comes into pit lane. So that confirms
Okay,
it for us that
Yeah.
I think all of these guys are going to have to pit, which means Sam
that's
Muir
Boyd's
is the
second
corrected
stop.
race leader.
This is Boyd's second stop. He's just done 16 laps on that set of tyres. So yeah, he's obviously stopped on lap 1. So you would think, with probably 5.5 laps to go, if he's pitting now, you would have some severe doubts about Marshall, Howard, Nolan, Blair, Dodds, and Wilson.
Yep,
And
McLeod. And Lawrence.
Schuler. Yeah, have not
So
been
I
Lawrence
think,
did right, yeah.
Page does the move on Lawford up the inside.
Good move.
That was a good move from Luke there. He is giving me a lot of reasons to move him up a class, I must say.
Yeah, he's always telling you.
I think another reason that McLeod probably didn't fight those battles too hard is he may be just trying to save fuel right now because he knows he's on a knife's edge in terms of making it home. He doesn't want to make it too difficult for himself either. Saw the move there. Chapman battling away here with Lawrence as well. Fastest lap of the race last time by for Ben Pedersen, a 1:26.22. Marshall has now gone into the race lead past Logan Howard, but we suspect he's going to need a pit stop in this race, which says Howard's coming in now, so that's going to confirm it, that Marshall will need to pit. So Sam Muir is the corrected race leader.
And lots of cars are coming in now. I think it's Blair, Dodds, coming in. Howard's obviously come in as well. So, yeah, it doesn't hold well now for Marshall and Gold. I was looking at, so when the safety car came in, and is Luke Page?
Page has just had to go on Muir. And that battle is for the effective race lead. Remember, Page came in under the safety car when the whole train was together.
Yeah, so, which we thought was a mistake, and I still think it's a mistake. He's made life hard for himself. Now, like I said, Lawford's got some pace here as well. Muir does not want to get involved with this. Now, we regard Sam as a pretty smart driver. Well, there's nothing wrong with P3, Sam. There is nothing wrong with P3 at all. Let Luke have his moment, celebrating the fact that he's going to be gold driver next week, and let Lawford, who's been quick all night, just been involved with other incidents, he's got an opportunity as well.
So Luke Page on debut here this evening. Could be on for an all-time first victory. Oh, but he's just mucked it up and had a tap with Barry Punter. Sam Muir has barely made it through that.
Didn't need to. What? Seriously, the guy should just be saying to Sam, here's the championship. It's yours. Because Sam doesn't have to do anything. Oh, Luke will be disappointed with himself there, and rightfully so. Let's have a look to see how it happened, though.
I'm trying to find the applicable
we
moment
see
here.
the final effect, but has he tagged the back?
He has. It's Punter. So Punter's actually slowed up just that little bit too much. Luke wasn't prepared for it. And then we need to focus on Sam Muir, who barely made it through.
Just made it. Just give him the championship already.
Well,
seriously,
the front runners have all come in, and Sam Muir is the race leader once again.
Well, can we go to Wiley Blair? What? Oh, no. He's just popped up on my JRT as being in front, but he's certainly not in front. No. So it's Sam with Angus Lawford. Don't give up on Angus Lawford. He's made some decent ground. Actually, no, he hasn't. He's only got it one spot. But he had some early dramas where he dropped right back. And I think Angus has had some good pace tonight. I would say probably the best I've seen his pace this season. Certainly this season. He's showing some really good pace.
So just to confirm as well, Ben Pedersen's actually gotten himself another black flag here. And I think it might have been for either an unsafe pit entry or exit or for speeding in pit lane. Stefan Lawrence is off the road. And I wonder, has he run out of fuel? Oh, he's actually, it can't be a safety car. We're too late into it. He's just towed back to pits.
Safety car won't help anymore.
Did he request the tow, though? That's the question.
And
he ran out. He went too long.
Yeah, and Luke Page has also left the server. I still would think that that's a gold class pass going through tonight. But yeah, well, so these guys now. So I was going to say that at the start of it, like Sam was just about 6 seconds behind with the lead. By the time everything went south, he was almost 12 seconds off the lead.
Well, we've also got to
So-
look at now, through all of this, Kurt Chapman
Mhm.
is now back to the race lead of the bronze class. So
At
he's
P4 overall as well.
P3 overall at the moment. He's,
Oh, sorry,
he's on the
P3, you're right,
podium.
sorry, podium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
he's
Craig
done well to
Phillips has
survive.
made 19 spots.
Yep, Craig's done very
19
well.
spots.
Damien Cairns
Yep,
up
yep.
20 into P6.
Yep.
So yeah, so
Which I think
so
was up 20 as well.
yeah, so to confirm, so McLeod's been through pit lane for a black flag, and Pedersen still has a black flag to move forward with. Just to confirm, did Stefan Lawrence request the tow when he went back to pit lane there, Brenton? Did you hear him say it or
Didn't
no?
hear him say anything. No, I didn't hear him say anything. I
If he
think
didn't, then that's going to be a disqualification for Stefan.
yeah.
So
I think it's just a night of frustration for the whole Riot team, and yeah, hit the showers, boys. Your night's over.
the
early,
momentum swing is thoroughly the other way right now, but Angus Lawford's just at the fastest lap of the race, a 1:26.09. So have we got something brewing for the final 2 laps of this race, where Lawford could start to put pressure here on Muir to claim a race win in the Porsche Cup Series? Now Muir, I don't think will necessarily battle it too hard, knowing where his other competitors are right now. Mazomo and Golan have just got slowdowns. Pedersen still needs to commit to that drive-through. He hasn't got long left to do it. Otherwise, that'll be it. He'll get disqualified and he'll be out. And I think that'll be him out of the championship at that point as well, Brenton.
Yeah, absolutely it will be. There's a few that are lined up to say that their season is over in regards to overall position. But really stoked for Craig Schultz tonight and Damien Cairns. They've had some tough weeks over, well, rough season really. So, you know, it's about time that we can see these guys go up. And also Kurt Chapman. This guy's a bronze driver. He's
Yep.
going to get himself on the podium if things go as they are now.
Well, and he hasn't had it easy either. He has been in the wars tonight. He has had to earn this podium, and he's had to earn this class win. So we can't just look at him and say, you know, should he have been reclassified? Shouldn't he have been reclassified? He has been in the wars tonight and the past few weeks. He has done well to get that car to where it is, and he is racing above and beyond in this out here at Oulton Park tonight, I would say.
Yeah, totally agree. I think, again, getting the reward he deserves. But so is this man. I think we're looking at very close to the last lap here in Sam Muir.
Cairns is back into pit lane.
Oh, did I speak too soon, Damien? And I would have thought he'd have enough fuel. He's only done 15 laps on that stint. Is he stopping or is it a drive through? You know, he's stopping, so he's stationary.
Yeah, Pedersen's in for that
And-
drive-through penalty as well.
So 4.6 stationary for Damien. So that's putting
Yep.
him down to 14th.
It has indeed. So, checkered flag is about to be out, or is it out now?
No, I reckon there's, well, all of a sudden it's got me another lap to go on my JRT, but that's going
Yeah.
off the laps.
They're still racing. I think it's because checkered flag's flown for those that were a lap down. So I think that might be the case, possibly.
Checking flag should only pick up the leader.
Yeah. So, but we're going to come down to the final few corners. And for Sam Muir, it is championship lead extended, built upon, and solidified.
Checked out.
Double
check.
race win. 2 from 2 here tonight at
Dominant.
Oulton Park. Dominance personified. Lawford P2. And Kurt Chapman in an all-time finish will come home P3 and the win of the bronze class. Schultz will get his first class win as well in the silvers.
Yep.
And Gordon Marshall will come home in P5 with Howard, Mazomo, Golan, Boyd, and Harry Dodds. Looks to come home inside of the top 10, but he has got Wilson and Pedersen chasing him down, but I think Pedersen's a little bit too far away. Actually, is Pedersen out of fuel?
He's struggling as well. Has he got any drive? Goes up the hill here, then down, but then up. Let's see if he's going to make it.
He's out. He is out of fuel. He underfueled that car and he is out.
He'll make it. As he dropped the spot.
He drops to McLeod. He
to
drops to
McLeod,
Cairns.
Dropped to Cairns.
He's not going to drop to Watson.
Wow.
Wow.
And four trips down pit lane for Ben Pedersen tonight, and he doesn't finish with enough fuel. Yeah. I know 2 of them were drive-throughs, but yeah, in the meantime, yeah, the series leader, defending champion, he's got enough fuel out there to mow the lawns. So, you do start to ask questions about the thought process as to how drivers think they'll win a championship, and you see it now 2 weeks in a row with Ben binning it into turn 1, lap 1. Yeah, it's I can see why Sam's lighting it up. I can see why Sam's happy as all heck tonight, because that's championship defining.
It really is. Let's have a look at the feature race results here this evening. Sam Muir takes the second race win on the road here this evening, ahead of Angus Lawford and Kurt Chapman on the podium. Craig Schultz, Gordon Marshall, the top 5. Logan Howard, Simon Mazzomo, Rodney Golan, Stacey Boyd, Harry Dodds, the top 10. Wilson, Akers, McLeod, Cairns, Pedersen has been classified inside of the top 15, ahead of Watson, Nickel, Punter, Schuler and Blair for the top 20, with Lawrence, Dawson, Reddit, Fleming, Page, Benefield at the back of the field. Unfortunately, Lawrence and Benefield, well, I know Benefield will be getting disqualified. I need to confirm with race control if Lawrence did request the tyre. If he didn't, he will also be disqualified this evening as well. Papril, unfortunately, quite a few laps down in that race, not one to remember for him. As we have a quick look at the bronze class results across the evening, it was Kurt Chapman winning the feature race ahead of Paul Wilson, Gary Watson, Tim Nicol, Barry Punter and Jamie Fleming. For the silver class in the feature, it goes the way of Schultz ahead of Golan and Dodds on the podium, Akers, McLeod, Cairns, Schuler, Blair, Reddit and Page. And then up in the gold class as well, Muir ahead of Lawford, Marshall, Howard, Mazzomo, Boyd, Pedersen, Lawrence, Dawson, Benefield and Pepperell at the end of that race. Whilst we await our drivers to come into the booth, Bretton, and have a quick chat to us, I think now's a good time to just have a quick announcement about Bathurst going forward, and about the wild card entries for that race as well. Of course, we are racing as part of a as a support category for the Pro Series finale weekend for the Gamesman GT Pro Series and the Logitech G Supercars Pro Series as well. We are currently offering 12 wildcard slots for that race to be a part of it. So to be a part, you need to join the Discord, which I will put an invite out. I'm going to have to change over to the actual channel. Okay, well, I've just invited one of my other commentators from another series. That's fine. So let me make this quick switch over to the Infinity Broadcasting account. You need to join the Discord. You need to fill out our regular registration form. Now, you can fill out the regular registration form and pay your $30 and race for the rest of the season. If you just want to race as a wild card in our Bathurst event, which is a championship round, you will be classified as a wild card class. You will not be classified amongst the other drivers. It'll be for glory and to be on track with us. You fill out the regular registration form, and when you pay the entry, which is $5, to either the Pay ID or the PayPal, which is listed in the Discord as well, you need to note for Bathurst Pro Series weekend wildcard. That's what you need to, or something of that degree. That's what you need to note it with. We've had a chat off air, Brenton. It's going to be 2 25-minute races scored with the finale point scoring, which is 150 points for a race win in either race. It is a championship round, which means we're going to have all the bells and whistles. We're gonna figure out how it's going to be broadcasted, where it's going to be broadcasted. I'm sure it would be co-broadcasted to both channels, so then it's a one-stop shop for the rest of the season. But then obviously it's a one-stop shop for the Pro Series as well.
Yeah, we'll actually be going through all that this week with you, and
very good.
Looking forward to it. We've got Sandown on Friday night, and then it's all eyes towards the Bathurst 1000, and not just the Bathurst 1000, but that whole week, which absolutely involves the Porsche Series, a co-driver race on the Wednesday night, final of the GT Series. It's just a big week.
Oh yeah.
And unfortunately, got to work that weekend. I got called into work. I'm not happy, but I'll be right for Saturday night, absolutely, and looking forward to what our drivers in the series can do, and maybe by then we're celebrating Sam Muir's defence.
Well, we will see. First up though tonight, we have our P3 on the road overall. And our bronze class winner, I don't know why it's not showing the text properly. That's unfortunate. It is Kurt Chapman here this evening. Kurt, congratulations. Bronze class win in both races and an overall podium in race 2. But you didn't get it easy. You had to earn your way there. Talk us through your race tonight and talk us through how it all went for you here, because we saw this moment earlier. You took a correction in that car and overcorrected it off the track at turn 3. Who would have thought you'd be where you were at the end of the race compared to where you were at this point of the race?
Yeah, when that happened, I kind of just sat there in the sandpit, just thinking I bottled another top 10, and obviously I made the right strategy call to come in on the second safety car, and of course the podium's still provisional. Like, I think there's a lot of post-race things going to happen.
Well, do you feel there may be? I don't think. Then I'm not seeing anything that's classifying a penalty coming your way at the moment.
I think we're in the good.
I hope not.
I mean,
Yeah,
there may be. There may be.
I can think of one instance
I
where
think I'm going to have quite a fair bit of work to do post race, but we base the podium on the provisional race results, on how it ends on the night. We don't base it on how it's going to end on the incident sheet. So,
even if after the penalties are handed out and I get 5th, I'll be happy with that. To be honest, it's been a
bloody good performance.
Really hard season.
Yeah, it's a bloody good performance from you, and you've earned yourself every step of the way. I was umming and ahhing whether to put you up with John and with Dean, but I think what we've seen throughout this season, Kurt, and you may have seen this as well through self-reflection, your pace is up there, but unfortunately you've just been having, whether it's bad luck or just slight mistakes across the road, that I think is what would take you to the next level. But I think you've actually been getting better as the season's gone on, and you have been trying to mitigate those mistakes. And I think if you do win this bronze championship, you would have earned your way into silver class instead of it being given to you. And I think that's got to have a bit more weight to it than it just happening.
Yeah. Well, about the self-reflection part, I think a lot of it's just consistency that I'm lacking, like off tracks and little bits and pieces. I can't put it all together into a race, and as you saw tonight, had that unlucky bounce and got sent for a 10. But hopefully all that becomes under control in the next couple of rounds, and next season I'll be up there.
Well, I think you've done a spectacular effort here tonight, Kurt, and I think you've earned all the plaudits to get onto the podium provisionally at least, and as the bronze class winner. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
I'll give a shout out to you and Infinity Broadcasting for streaming the event, and IRWC for putting it on.
Well, thank you so much, Kurt. Much appreciated. Best of luck on Friday at Bristol Dirt, and best of luck next week when we go racing out at Zandvoort as well. Congratulations on the P3 and the bronze class win tonight. Kurt Chapman, our bronze class winner. Next up, we have Craig Schultz, our silver class winner on the road, but post-race investigations may put him onto the overall podium. We'll have to wait and see, and time will tell of that. Craig, congratulations, silver class winner, top 4 finish on the road as well, and with some post-race investigations to come, it could end up being an overall podium for you too. Congratulations on the effort here tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys. It's been a while coming, unfortunately, but pretty happy with that result tonight. Starting in, where was it, 24th or something?
Well, Craig, you've been, on the slow improvement train across the 3 seasons you've been racing with us now. How have you found the development across your, first sort of nearly 30 races or 30 rounds with us at this point in the Porsche Cup car?
I feel like, especially towards the end of last season, I was doing quite well. And then I made some changes, and I feel like I went backwards at the start of this season, but changed back, and I think it's starting to improve again. So I'm feeling good towards the end of the season, I think.
Well, I do actually need to correct myself, Craig, because you are equal with Paul Wilson as the most capped Porsche Cup driver in the league. You came into tonight with 53 race starts to your name. So you're actually the most capped Porsche Cup driver at the moment, with Paul, because he raced both races tonight as well. So you're both on 55 race starts at this point. So congratulations on that front for getting past the 50. We will acknowledge those when people get to 100 now in future, because we missed the 50s. But yeah, there's only 4 of you who are above 50. It's yourself, Paul, Ellie, and Mez. You guys are the only 4 drivers who are over 50 race starts in the series. And ironically, all 4 of you are 4 of the only drivers who've actually raced all 3 seasons. So, you know, a lot of time comes together for you. But you've been on the development scheme in this car for a while now, Craig. You've done very, very well to get to this point in your Porsche Cup career in the series as well. And hopefully this is a little boost in confidence for you, and possibly a boost in hunger to try and continue to racing up the front of the field as well. I know you were in a couple of incidents tonight. I'm not 100% sure if they were deemed your fault or not. I haven't looked into them. Obviously, I'm not race control, but
yeah.
But you.
Well, I avoided one to make myself the only victim.
It's very self-sacrificial, which we appreciate. But no, you've done an incredible job. But let us know, Craig. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, any sponsors or family and friends that may be watching, and for myself and Brenton and the rest of the league, congratulations on your silver class win, and possibly provisionally a podium here tonight, but definitely a top 5 finish.
Thanks a lot, guys. It's yeah, of course the guys at 9.5, they've been fantastic, really supportive. Yeah, the league in general's pretty supportive and good chat. So yeah, it's good.
Well, thank you so much, Craig. Really appreciate your time. Best of luck next week out at Zandvoort. We hope to see you do well once again.
Oh, that should be fun. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, you too. Silver class winner Craig Schultz here this evening. He's been up and down, hasn't he, Brenton? And we hope to see him continue to do better like this here tonight.
Great to see, and if he does end up on the podium, very well deserved. It's and probably overdue. So it's fantastic to see him, reaching what I believe is his potential.
I would have to agree with you. Next up, though, someone who is meeting their potential and exceeding it every single week we see him racing is our championship leader, Sam Muir. Sam, congratulations on the double win here tonight out at Oulton Park. I was doing some quick maths just at the end there before we were chatting to you guys. You have had a significant championship point gain now over Ben Pedersen off the exit of tonight's race. Obviously, you've gone perfect with the 300. If I do the quick maths, 88 plus 99, he only scored 187. You have just gained 113 points over him, stretching your lead out over Ben to well above 150 points, around about 160. How are you now going to approach the rest of this season? Because you already had significant gap over the other cars behind you as well, and this will drop Ben probably outside of the top 3. Does this change how you're now going to approach the rest of the season, or is this just one race and you're going to focus on the next one and continue to try and build?
Yeah, hey Hamish, hey Brenton. Yeah, good question. I'm not too sure, to be honest. At this stage, it's probably a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we'll just continue to show up and, keep on going the way that we are. We already sort of take a bit of a conservative approach to the racing as it is, so we don't want to turn it down too much further. But we'll definitely take a bit of a closer look at the points table once that gets updated after tonight. I felt like coming into tonight with both the drop rounds being applied, it was almost like we hit the reset button. There was pretty much nothing in it between me and Benny. And I think we've only just gone halfway through the season as well. Obviously, the second half of the season's got a couple more of those rush rounds and one less feature. So, still plenty of racing ahead of us. So probably can't afford to go too conservative just yet.
Well, there's been an update to that, Sam. There's only one more rush round now for the rest of the season.
There we go.
Due to time constraints during the Pro Series supports, we have changed that from a from a rush round. So Zandvoort next week is the last rush round of the season. Bathurst will be run as a slightly shortened variant of the finale format. We'll be running 2 25-minute feature races, but with the finale points applied to it. So there's an opportunity, obviously, to boost yourself up a bit more with 2 150-point races on offer, same as what will be happening at Belle Isle. But of course, Bathurst is undroppable. Undroppable. No, it is droppable. Sorry, last round's undroppable. What am I saying? But no, I mean, you've done a stellar job all season, and both Brent and I noted tonight you were just very, as you said, very patient and willing to wait. You weren't putting yourself into overly audacious positions. You had a bit of a scare when Luke Page drilled the back of Barry Punter's car and dropped him back a little bit, but you managed to avoid that quite cleanly. And I kind of noted tonight as well that your pace may not be ultimately at the likes of Corey Lazarus or Job Stewart at their best day, but your consistency and the way you go about your racing is rivaling the both of them. And I think because of that, you are very likely, out of the three of you, you are probably up there with them as, equal first as one of the best drivers we've ever seen in the series, just based on how you go about your racing. Every little piece of the puzzle that you put together, you are nigh perfect nearly every week. It may not reflect that on the scoreboard in terms of getting race wins every single week, but you put your car in the position where you're trying to limit yourself from making mistakes, and that is paying off for you in massive dividends. I mean, no penalties to report on you at all this season, and that's really where people have been losing out, is with those penalties next to their name.
Oh, thanks, Hamish. It's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said about my sim racing. To be anytime you're in a conversation with Kay Lazarus and Job Stewart, that's pretty special, because obviously those are the guys that I'm chasing. As you said, definitely don't have the outright pace of Corey, and Benny's probably tuning in and saying, what about me? Because he's definitely got me covered for pace at the moment as well. But as you said, it's just that consistency element that's paying dividends for us at the moment. And coming into a track like tonight at Oulton Park, conservative was just going to be the name of the game. It's just so easy to rack up the off tracks and the incident points around here. So with a 40-minute race, I was conscious of that and wanting to keep those in check. And very, very hard to overtake. It's pretty much just a case of trying to force whoever you're racing against into a mistake and taking advantage of that. So pleasantly surprised that we're able to walk away with the maximum points. Well, almost. I think I actually did get my first penalty points of the season, or for IRWC tonight. I think I got a post-race points penalty for the contact with Deffen there in race 1. I haven't had a chance to go back and have a look at it yet, so I'll have to have a look, but I apologise to him in sim, and apologies again if I didn't leave him enough room there. But otherwise, as you said, we've been able to keep it clean and bag some good results on the back of it, which has been nice.
Well, you've had an incredible run this season, Sam, whether it is going to be post-race points next year. Let me double check that. Yeah, you did post-race points. Okay. So, one race where you've gotten post-race points, you still won both races. That's still pretty consistent for yourself. And if it was ever going to happen, it was going to happen tonight. We somehow went more chaos than Montreal last week. I don't really know how we did that, but somehow we found a way. But no, congratulations, Sam, an incredible effort once again, and a well-deserved race win. Maximum points enough for you here tonight at Oulton Park. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to, whether it's sponsors or family and friends who may be watching. For myself, Brenton, and the rest of the league, congrats on the race win, and congrats on extending your championship lead once again as we head into the second half of the season.
Yeah, cheers guys. Just a massive shout out to all the guys at 9.5 and our sponsors, Racecraft, RSW Graphics, Track School Track Days, and Racing Ears. And I just saw that you posted the sign-ups for the wildcard entries for Bathurst. So if there's anybody out there watching and you want to give Porsche Cup a go and you're interested in joining this league moving forward, then please guys, sign up. This is an awesome place to go racing. I wouldn't want to be racing anywhere else on a Monday. So come along. Hopefully you can get a full grid and have a lot of fun for that Bathurst round. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about us, Sam. $5 and you can come race, and you get a taste for the league. I think that's the most important thing as well. As you said, you get a taste for the league in one of our race styles, and it's an entry point for you to get into the league in the next season. If you do wildcard in that race, you're eligible to get early access to the sign-ups for Season 4. So, $5 and you get early chance of signing up. We want to see, 50-car grids again in this series. We had it last season. Didn't quite hit it this season, even with a month of sign-ups. So, get involved, get signed up. It's going to be a fun Season 4. I've got some really cool tracks planned for next season, Sam. So I'm going to tell Brenton about them in the future and get his get him drooling for next season. It's going to be a fun time. But yeah, it's going to be fun at that Bathurst weekend, and then for the finale on the Monday too. It's a big finale weekend for everybody, Pro Series and for the Porsche Cup Series as well. We have 2 rounds in one weekend. It's going to be a fun time. But thanks ever so much, Sam. Really appreciate it, and best of luck next week when we head out to Zandvoort for round 7.
Cheers, guys. Yes, catch us next week.
No worries. Catch you then. What a lovely guy. He's just a nice guy to talk to.
And you listen to him, and he makes sense. He does it calmly, and you can just picture that same methodical approach behind the wheel, and that's why he's where he is. Yeah, and as a team manager and as a series organizer, it's the little things that make such a big difference. So when you said, "Is there anyone you want to thank tonight?" The standard answer is, I'd like to thank the league and like to thank the commentators, right? Which is all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But he thanked his team. He thanked every sponsor individually. And that's what makes him just that little level above. And I actually hope that we get some real decent wildcard drivers on the Saturday night for Bathurst week that actually take it right up to him. Not ruin his race in any way and not affect the points anyway, but really give it to him, and let's see how he goes when he has to start to sweat. Because tonight, everyone else was crashing around him, and he just kept the thing in a straight line, picked up a lot of points for the championships 2 weeks in a row now. People are making it easy for him. We need someone out there to challenge him and to push him harder.
We do indeed. But it's been a phenomenal night once again on the road here out at Oulton Park. It's been an exciting night. It's been a chaotic night as well. Next week, we're bound to get even more as we head out to Circuit Zandvoort for our final rush round of the season. The banking is calling our name, and if there was anywhere for this championship to be shaken up even more, it's going to be out in the Netherlands next time out. So it's going to be a fun time on the road. You guys don't want to miss it. So if you're new here or you've been here for a little while and you haven't done so already, hit the like button and subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on Infinity Broadcasting. For the rest of the week, coming up on your docket, Friday evening, we go racing on Halloween for the IRWC Rod Knot Cup for our Trick or Treat Spectacular around Bristol Dirt Circuit, 155 laps, with a couple of tricks up the driver's sleeves on track and a treat for you in the booth alongside me as well. One that had been requested last season. That is the only little tantalising clue I'm going to give you for what is coming on Friday. It was requested last season at some point. That's all you're going to find out. And then Saturday, that'll be happening on Friday evening at 7:50 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And then not on our regular scheduled time this week, because I have an event on Saturday evening, but on Sunday afternoon, we'll be going racing with the next round of the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans action for Season 25 when we head out to Sandown once again. So that'll be a fun time as well. You can catch us here on Sunday afternoon. You can catch me also as well if you want a bit more of my broadcasting over at Motormouth Broadcasting too. My next event there will be actually the Sunday morning in the I2I Craftsman Truck Series. So you can fill your day with 3 broadcasts of mine in the same day. You can also find me on Premier Endurance League that evening as well as we go racing at Road Atlanta for the next round of that series too. So it's going to be a busy day for myself on Sunday, but you guys can find me there if you're wanting to fill your day with my voice for whatever reason. I don't know why they would, Bretton, but maybe they want to. Who knows? Big thank you to all the series sponsors, though. VRS, Virtual Racing School, Infinity Broadcasting, SPP Graphics, and Blackheart Designs as well. Thank you, everyone who's been watching with us throughout this season and tonight as well. We so appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week when we head out to Circuit Zandvoort. But until then, thank you ever so much. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Feel the thunder in my soul. Through the danger, through the pain. Only one thing to do to get to victory lane. Taking risks, full send, and in the end, be the best. It's taken over, cannot contain the desire to get to victory lane. I hear the echoes of the past, the roaring ghosts that never last. But here I stand, the finish line. One last race, one last time. Through it all, get past the pain. Cutting laps, making gains. Feeling tired, get to my aim. The desire to get to victory lane. Speeding faster, no control. Feel the thunder in my soul. Through the danger, through the pain. Only one thing to do to get to victory lane. Taking risks, full send, and in the end, be the best. It's taken over, cannot contain the desire to get to victory lane.